Hello and welcome to the Mad About You podcast. My name is Madeline and I'm the host for today. Thank you for stopping by my YouTube channel. This is episode number 24 and it is Saturday the 2nd of May 2020 and I'm coming to you from my house in Canberra, Australia, where it is getting cold. So I think the last time I recorded, I might have had a long sleeve top on, but I definitely didn't have a thermal underneath. And yeah, so it's only May. Winter doesn't officially hit for another month, but it is starting to get chilly. I can look out the window behind or in front of me and it's really windy, beautiful day, which is what I love about Canberra. But it also can be a bit misleading. So you walk outside and it's beautiful blue skies, a little bit of wind, and it's really bloody cold. So anyway, that's my ramble for today. So I've got a finished object I'm really excited to share with you. It's not finished. I have not woven in all the ends. And I've got some works in progress, a future make, and also my Fabershare parcel arrived yesterday afternoon, so I've already put something on my Instagram, but I wanted to show you through what I received from my lovely Fabershare partner, Pam. So let's get started with my finished objects. So hope you can guess what it is. It's my Penguono by Stephen West. So I don't have the pattern here with me, but I've talked about it enough. If you haven't seen, look it up. It'll be linked below in the show notes down in the description section. And it's finished. I finished it on Monday. We had a public holiday in Canberra. Not all of Australia got it, so I feel really fortunate. And yeah, it's done. Now, I said I haven't woven in all the ends. All the ends were sewn in as I went, as Stephen West, I can't remember what he calls it, something Stephen or something. Anyway, basically as I was knitting and I started drawing the new color, and then I would wrap the tails of the old color and the new color around the working yarn every time. So put my needle in, wrap around the new working yarn, knit, and do that. And I I'll show you the finished object and then you can have a look. I really should be wearing it, but I'm not. Anyway, so this is it here in all its pastel, mostly pastel glory. And yeah, you can see the ends hanging out. And I think what I might actually do is record a little video separately of me talking about or showing you. Yeah, so I really like it. I wasn't sure that I did, to be honest. Before it got that minty, I want to call it mint, but it's not really like I don't know the correct color, but if you can see here, before it got that green I-cord edging, I wasn't really in love with it. And then I think as soon as that was done, it tied it all together and I'm in love. So I've talked about most of the yarns in a previous podcast, so I'll just maybe talk through them really quickly. So this back panel here starts with a Fiber Revolution in a creamy colour. And I've got all the leftovers. Oh, okay, almost all the leftovers. I don't know. There's another. No, here it is, sorry. Starts with this and this mild together. And I'm not sure that I love that section, actually, to be honest. If I could choose different colours again, I probably would. And then I blended that blue with this here, which is a Woolberry Fibre Company. There's quite a bit left, so I haven't finished my project page, but I will do that before this episode goes up so it can be updated. Then Woolberry Fibre Company meld with this Fiber Revolution. And this colourway is Poppies, and I don't remember what that one is, to be honest. And then we come around to the front here. So I knit this panel here, which is a Circus Tonic handmade, held double with itself. Then I knit This is both Pickle Fibre Company, who was one of my favourite Aussie dyers, and Marnie's no longer dyeing, I don't think, because I haven't been able to find her yarn for a while. That's the Matilda colourway, and this one is Osaka. So that's those two. This is a DK, so I held it single with a mohair, and this one I held double with a mohair. Then next we've got this Saltwater Yarns here, which is another Australian dyer. This one again held double. This one here is okay, I don't have it. It's a Circus Tonic handmade light purple colour, and then this is leftover from my girl in the grocery store by Hugh Loco. The mint, this is what I would call an actual mint, and I think the colourway was called mint, and that's by We Love Knitting, and I'm not sure where the ball is for that. That's a pink, and that's all Circus Tonic. It was a pink and this one here, and then that was just another girl from the grocery store mulled with pink. And then the I-cord bind off was done using this one here, which is also We Love Knitting. And then we pop around to the other side. Same again, excuse me, Saltwater Yarns, Circus Tonic handmade. Those two are a Voolenvine, and I made a brioche cowl out of this, but I don't remember what the colorway is. And that is a mint, sorry, that's Marble, and that's We Love Knitting. Now Claire, who was the original dyer for We Love Knitting when I bought this a couple of years ago, no longer dyes, but the company is still alive, and I'll link to their shop below. And I think they're having a sale this weekend, and I'm fairly certain I'll get this edited and uploaded today. And then that Pickle & Co again with the pink mohair. I think that's a Osaka by itself, held double with a mohair. And then these are two Sweet Georgia marled, I think. These two, a grey, a mini skein that I had from Little Woolly Makes. That's not the dye, that's the yarn shop. I just don't know which the dye was. And then I did the same again on this side here. Then for the collar is We Love Knitting, oh sorry, it's a Circus Tonic handmade. I don't know why I said We Love Knitting. This one here, held double. And the only thing that changed in the collar is the mohair. So I started with the white mohair held throughout, which is what I held in the sleeves, which I'll talk to you about in a second. And then I ran out of that, so I did a little bit of pink mohair, and I ran out of the pink. And then I used a little bit of another purple, which is the only time this purple's actually been used in the whole jumper. And then finally the sleeves. This here is my actually favorite section. I just love these two colors together. And I want to knit a beanie in seed stitch with these two. I don't know if I've got enough left, so I might have to combine with something else, but that one, and then it's just a mint for the sleeve, and this one is that cream with the Woolbury Fibre Company, and it's seed stitch again. So like I said, all the ends have actually been like sewn or woven in, maybe, Madeline, English, woven in as I went. I just haven't, I want to just double back to make sure that they stay. And yeah, it's really warm because of the mohair. It's cozy, and I quite like it. It was fun, and to be honest, like, it really got my knitting mojo back. So massive thank you to the ladies at Skein Sisters, who, when I visited, maybe it was in March, early March, so 2 months ago, who really gave me the encouragement that I could knit a Penguono, and that I'd like it. Oh, I didn't talk to you about the bottom. So it's a mixture of saltwater yarns and this mint that is the I-cord bind off. Oh, and that purple mohair that I spoke about, which is an Isager. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but anyway, that's the brand. So it's done. Yeah, I can't believe it that I actually finished it. I finished something that I knit in like 6 weeks. But yeah, as you can see, they all need to, what I mean by we've sort of been, okay, possibly that's a bad example. Let's look at this one here. if you look really closely, it's like that. And oh, I didn't want to show you that one. Okay, this here. So it's woven in and there's this tail left. So all I want to do is just double back on itself just to make sure that they're all tucked in. I actually have a basket in my living room next to my lounge of projects that need the ends woven in, and so this has sat in there for the last couple of days. There's my hair in my mouth, and yeah, the light's gone a little bit funny. I do have a bright light here, but it's not maybe in the right spot. I feel a bit like Christy Glass with her finished object video. Except I'm probably not going to do the shimmy. So this is the Penguono by West Knits. I'm really happy with it. I really hope you can see that really soft halo. So I used the light color to kind of go with the rest. This is it from the back. And then this here is my favorite sleeve, or my favorite part really. I don't know what it is about these colors, but they just really, I don't know. Stop stroking yourself. So this Penguono coat can be worn two ways. It is a like this, which is how you traditionally knit it. I think I'll probably wear it maybe like with a pin or something here, like to keep it closed if I need to, which I don't need to necessarily, but it's nice with a long sleeve top, I think. So this is just a grey turtleneck that I have, and then also it can be worn upside down, so the bit that is the bottom becomes the collar. And I don't love it this way. I might do when all the ends are woven in. But it's a little bit more kind of like oversized. That's it from the back, and long at the front, short at the back. But yeah, I think maybe rolled it might be better. I don't know. Anyway, actually that's not quite so bad. Ignoring the ends. Anyway, that's my finished object video for my Penguono. I really like it, which I'm surprised about actually. But anyway, anyhow, let's move on to works in progress. So, two things. I mentioned the Febri Hat, which is a free pattern from the Kelborn Woolens. This one here. And I started making it. It starts with a double brim and then seed stitch. And this is how far I've got in the last 2 weeks since I podcast. And I did most of this the other day when actually not most of it. I knit maybe like an inch of the ribbing when I was at work and the IT system was not working. It wouldn't let anyone log on. I was FaceTiming a friend of mine who lives in England, and we were just talking about it. And I know that she's knit this, and she said to me, she looked at it and she's like, it looks really small. And I said, yeah, I agree. I haven't taken it, like, it stretches, but not a whole lot. And I don't really think that would fit on my head. So I think what I want to do is pull it out and start again. So it's a free pattern. I don't mind talking about it. It says cast on 88 stitches using Kelborn Woolens Germantown North American wool. And it gives, I didn't swatch. It's a beanie. I never swatch for beanies. Anyway, so that could be one problem. However, my gauge I think is pretty consistent. I was using these Licker needles, but only for this maybe 5 to 6 rounds of seed stitch. So I just think that I don't want to keep going and it not fit. So what I think I'll do is I'll put this onto waste yarn and then cast on a new one out of this yarn here. And this one The brand is, I don't remember off the top of my head. It is called Knitcraft and Knittery, and it's an Aran weight yarn, 180 yards, 166 meters. Suggested needle size is 4.5 to 5.5 millimeter. 18 stitches over 24 rows is the gauge. Anyway, I like mustard and I think I want a mustard hat. I really like this pattern. I wasn't massively fussed on this brim though. Like, it's squishy, and it's cold here. I think actually, like, if it was really fitted and like came down over my ears, that would be really lovely. So when I do it again, I'm not really sure that I may not double the brim, just do match the end measurement. Anyway, that's a thought. So it's kind of a fail. Is it a knitting fail? I think so. I mean, it might fit a teenager or a small child, but I don't have a particularly large head. Like, my head's like 55, 56 centimeters, which I think is pretty average. And there's no way that hat will fit me. I mean, I didn't get gauge. I didn't try to get gauge, so that's my own fault. Anyway, we'll see. I'll report back, obviously, about what I decide to do, but that's not going to get finished, I don't think. Now, this is a knitting fail. So I spoke about pulling my weekender out of hibernation. I haven't knit on it since last year. And I didn't really keep good Ravelry notes because I didn't tell myself where I was up to. So I pulled it out. I showed it to you last time. I'd slit for the sleeves, and anyway, I measured to know where I was up to. And when I measured, I was like, yeah, that's like whatever the pattern says it has to be from here to here. But it was longer in the middle. And I just couldn't put my finger on it. So I started knitting the short rows. And I'm starting the short rows, and I'm like, this really isn't right. And then I couldn't really resolve the short rows because when I was knitting them, or once I had knit what I thought had got me to enough, I was trying to resolve them, and I'm like, it looks like there's something further down. And then I measured. And I was just really confused. So I stopped knitting. So I have done the short rows twice. Yesterday, I was ironing my uniform before work, and I just thought I'll pop on the last episode I recorded last year, like in between my trips away for work. And I thought I mentioned my weekender. I didn't know if I'd shown it. Anyway, fast forward to the bit talking about the weekender. And I say, last year in June. So I've split for the sleeves and I've done the short row. So all I need to do now is switch to the smaller needles and do the ribbing. I knit for this for 2 nights. Pulling my hair out, trying to figure out what I was up to. And it turns out all I needed to do is go back and listen to myself. So I spoke to my friend again. Well, we had one big long conversation actually, but we talked about the Febri Hat, and then I told her about this because she has bought yarn to make a weekender. And I was just like, I honestly don't know what to do. So what I think I will do is, it's really large, is get a smaller set of needles and pick up again back at the separation point. Oh, sorry, the knit past the separation point for X number of inches, and then pick back to that, and then frog. I honestly can't, I can't see what else I can do because I've done some of the short rows twice, and yeah, it's just it's not good. It's really not good. And I'm not loving this knit. It's supposed to have like 20 inches of positive ease. I think I chose a smaller size so I would have less positive ease, but I've tried it on and I'm not sure that I'm gonna love the finished product. I think that's a combination of a few things. The wool is really lovely. It's Bendigo Woolen Mills in, I think I couldn't remember last time either. Luxury 10 ply in steel, so it's 10 ply or an Aran weight. And it's really nice to knit with, but the yarn in the pattern it was a bit more toothy, and I think that's probably a little bit more forgiving, whereas like this is supposed to be worn with a stock as reverse stockinette, so the wrong side facing. And there was a join from the wool that's now like on that side. Just a few little things that I'm not super certain that I'll love about it, but I'm too far gone. Like I'd say I'm 60% of the way done. All I have to do really is knit the short rows and the ribbing for this bit, and then knit a few inches at the back and do the same, and then the sleeves. So I'm too far gone to give up and start again. But it's got a little bit of work to it, and I'm not really interested, but I'm gonna have to be. So watch this space. Not a work in progress yet, but a future make is the Shift by Andrea Mowry. So I don't know if I've spoken about this before. I probably should have, but perhaps I didn't. I really need to check my notes before I talk. But anyway, I bought this lovely skein of yarn. It's Ching Fiber, super soft DK, superwash merino cashmere and nylon. It is glorious. I love it. I bought this last year at Loop London. It's the favorite skein, single skein that I bought during my European extravaganza trip, and I absolutely love it. Now, I was thinking about making a beanie, but I just wanted something really special to make with this, and I couldn't find the right beanie pattern, and then I was like, do I want mohair, do I not? Gets a bit of a halo. I think that's the cashmere. It is stunning. So I pulled out some colors in my stash, these three here, and I was going to make the Shift. And then my fiber share parcel arrived yesterday, and I received this from Knitcraft and Wizardry, and this colorway is called Celine Green, and it's an Autumn Nights base, 100% superwash. It says EF Merino. I don't really know what EF Merino means, but anyway, 100% superwash merino. So this Shift is definitely getting cast on. I just haven't decided which pairing of colors. Do I do these ones? This one. This is definitely, this middle, or this pink is going to be color number 2, which gets the most use. I'm leaning towards this here. I just think like the tone of purple is present in this green. The pink has both green, purple, and a few other colors. So there were definitely others that I could have put together. The Shift uses Spin Cycle yarn, which is not readily available here. Skein Sisters do have it, but I don't think they've got any in stock at the moment, and I want to use this. Also, the Shift is written for sport weight, so this is going to be really big because this is all DK. So what I'm going to do is go up a needle size and it'll just end up bigger because I'll have bigger gauge. So that's cool. I'm happy with that, I think. Anyway, I'm going to cake this all up and give it a go, which actually makes me quite happy because I did want to make something with this skein. I really enjoyed this one by Saltwater Yarn, so I was kind of a bit sad, I guess, to put it in here, which sounds silly, but I kind of had a different plan for that, but it worked at the time. But now I've got this green, I think that's definitely the way to go. So I think he'll go back in the stash and I'll end up doing these 3. And I've already got them in a little project bag here, and so they've just been sitting on the top of my crafty bookshelf. Last thing I want to make is a pair of socks. I wound this up here. It was a fiber share, actually. It's called Which Fiber Company. This is the colorway here. I don't really want to try and pronounce that and butcher it. Superwash merino, nylon, and I wound this up for my Penguono, and it came with a contrasting color here. Anyway, yeah, wound it for the Penguono, and it just didn't feel right, like the tones of the color. I mean, it would have gone, but I wasn't sure about it. So, and because it came with the mini, I thought I may as well knit some socks with it. So I like a vanilla sock. I don't really enjoy knitting pattern socks. but I feel like that yarn really probably deserves a pattern, a cable or something of some description. So I'm kind of looking through sock patterns that I already own, because this year was about not really buying yarn, hopefully, and using patterns that I already own. So I haven't actually dug through Ravelry yet, because I want to make that hat. I want to do the shift and I need to finish the weekender. So as much as I want hand knitted socks, they're kind of on the back burner for now. Okay, so that's all my works in progress and future planned makes. Yeah, it's getting a bit warm actually. I've got a light thermal on this turtleneck and my Penguono, which is just delightful. So last thing I want to talk about, like before we go into the blather section, is my fibre share parcel. So Pam, I don't think she watches the podcast, but she, or Pamela, is in Australia. She lives up north in Queensland, which is where I'm originally from. Not where she's from. She's from like several hundred kilometers north of where my family live, but anyway, it doesn't matter. She got me such a thoughtful fibre share package. And if you've already watched the unboxing, fast forward ahead a couple of minutes or watch it again. So first up, I opened the box and I saw this, which is just really delightful. I don't know the meterage, but it's it's hand spun. So she's hand spun it, and she dyed it with cochineal bugs, I think. C-O-C-H-I-N, cochineal bugs. Anyway, hand dyed, hand spun, just really lovely. This actually could possibly go really well in the shift as well, but I just don't know what the meterage is like, so I'd be a little bit hesitant to try, but I might give it a go actually, now that I think about it. Maybe I'll sub that in. Lovely. Anyway, moving on. This blue, also hand spun, and it's dyed with indigo. So I've actually never seen naturally dyed yarn before. I've seen it online, on Facebook, Instagram or whatnot, but I've never seen it in the flesh. And this is just really, really glorious. So soft. The color's really nice. It smells woolly. So I don't know what I'm going to make with this, but I'm really feel really blessed to receive hand spun, because that's a lot of time and effort to dye it, spin it, or spin it then dye it, and I don't have the patience for spinning, nor do I need another hobby. And then this one here is it's exhaust dyed from the bug, so I reckon it's probably the leftover dye from this one here, and that's really cute together too. So lovely. I've already showed you that Knitcraft and Wizardry skein, so that came in this as well. And then finally, this Moonstone by Penelope and Natalia. They're also Australian, and they had a fibre share discount code this year. I didn't end up shopping them because I can't remember why. My fibre share partner's aesthetic was a little bit more natural, so, but I love pastels. So I've already wound that up for a sock, and then I saw this and I was just like, this also needs to be a sock ASAP. It feels so soft. Like the socks that I have that I wear that are hand knit are all like commercial sock yarn. Like West Yorkshire Spinners or something else. So they're still merino. Oh, sorry, it's just wool. Sorry, it's wool and nylon usually that I have. This is the second sock for a Christmas sock that I was supposed to make, but I haven't made yet. Anyway, yeah, I think that will become a sock. I think that'll be really pretty. And I can live in this little section here. Next up, got a little thing of soak, which is awesome because I actually, it's sealed, so that was silly. I don't own soak wool wash. I have soak flattening spray. So I'm really excited to give this one a go. Clean with a peel. Yuzu. Anyway, excellent. Some tea, which I actually think I was going to open and have with my breakfast, but I got too excited and I ate my breakfast before I thought about it. but this is going to be lovely. Strawberry Bliss chai, and I have a couple of teapots that I haven't used yet since I moved in because I haven't had any loose tea. And then finally some progress keepers from Say Little Hen. And so I subscribe to the Say Little Hen newsletter. I think she also does Yarnology. I could be wrong. Sarah is the person behind Say Little Hen, but it came in this cute little package, and they're really cute. So it's like looks like Alice in Wonderland theme, to be honest. There's a heart, a clock, and a little Alice. So yeah, also came with a tote bag for Pam's company, which is Brigalow Studio, and her phone number is there. So if you're in Australia, I don't know what else she sells, to be honest, because I haven't looked it up yet, but I'm going to look it up. And I do love a nice little canvas bag. I take them to do my groceries, especially if I want to just pick up a few things from the shop. I'll take a little canvas tote. They just live in this basket here. I just pull one out, and then I still got a whole pile that I need to throw through the washing machine, so I'll do that this afternoon. That's everything I have I've made recently, or am in the process of making. I pulled all these out to show you the leftovers of Penguono. Oops. So the full skeins that I started with, that I opened, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's only 7. So the rest was scraps. I say only 7, that's a lot. Some of those were DK, like this one, and then this had been wound for another project. Actually, I'd started another project and frogged that. Some of these were leftovers from my what are they left over from? Exploration Station, which I've talked about before. And I was looking at this and I saw a really lovely 3-color cashmere cowl by Hohi, which I did try and make earlier, but I just was knitting that before I knit this, and I said a few times I lost the will to live about that one. But I thought these 3 might make a really nice cashmere cowl, but I need to figure out what's left. And then obviously my beautiful stash up here, which is growing even though I'm not spending because of fibre share. So I did spend, but I got some really lovely stuff in return, so I'm really happy about that. So what else has been going on? Not a lot. I was back in the office this week, which was good, but kind of exhausting actually. Just really busy, and I don't think I drank enough water. So like last night I went to bed at 7:30 p.m. I woke up at 5:30 this morning, so I had a decent sleep. I say that as I yawn. I had a decent sleep, which was really nice. I just need to keep hydrated. I'm starting to get really dry, like my hands and my face and my lips are getting a little bit chapped, which is not good, but that's what comes with winter. So just remembering to lather on the hand cream, or I've actually been using this lotion bar, Love and Leash, I think, but I have been using, there's a lavender one, and I've got that in my knitting bag, so I put a little bit of that on my hands before I start knitting, which has been good. And then I have a smaller one that I keep in my handbag and I take to work. It sits on my desk, a Burt's Bees one. Just like rub that in the fingertips and the cuticles, which is good. Try and keep those nice and moisturized. It's only going to get worse. It's May. It's only May. Yeah, what else? Really, like, I'm supposed to be working from home this week, but restrictions are starting to ease in Australia, which is really good. What's good news for us, but also still not going to be able to go and live our lives like normal. I'm a bit of an introvert, so I haven't really minded, to be honest. This whole, been lonely at times, but I haven't really minded the whole isolation thing completely, so that's been good. Just trying to think, like, I don't really have anything else exciting going on. I'm enjoying watching people's daily vlogs. Like, I'll just binge watch like a week's worth. It's particularly like Amy Florence from Stranded. Really like hers because they're pretty short and sweet. Been trying to watch a few different podcasts when I can. I'm also reading a little bit, but furious Penguono work, and got a bit of homeworky sort of stuff that I've been working on, so not reading as much, but reading more than I was, which is awesome. The book I'm reading at the moment is Untamed by Glennon Doyle, which is excellent. I'm only about halfway and I'm getting a lot from it. I really love Glennon's work. I follow her on Instagram. I listen to a lot of podcasts that she's in. I also recommend the Unlocking Us podcast by Brene Brown. Super interesting, and just like really intelligent, thoughtful conversations, which is pretty good. Yeah, I really don't have anything else interesting to say. It's nice weather. I might go for a walk, but I hang my washing out before and my fingertips started to freeze, so that's when I put my face on and decided that I'd sit down and do this with you, and have this chat. But yeah, I'm going to try and edit this and have it up today, hopefully this afternoon or this evening, which will be good. And I recorded another video a little while ago, just talking through most of the shawls that I'd knit. Oh no, it wasn't just shawls, it was everything. And I got that idea from Voolenvine, who did that, but she just did a shawl video and she did a sweater video. I watched the sweater one last night, and then actually that's when I fell asleep on my couch at 7:30 and then woke up about 20 minutes later and took myself to bed. Not that Kristen was boring, I just really needed the sleep. So I'm going to save that for a little while, just in case there's something comes up and there's a week that or a fortnight that I can't record anything. I'll pop that up. And yeah, that's all I have really. If you want to check me out online elsewhere, I am Mad About You on Instagram, and I am Madbell on Ravelry. I will sit down with my iPad and my scales and weigh this yarn and figure out exactly what I use for what's left. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate people visiting me on my corner of the internet, and hopefully we'll record or have another episode in about 2 weeks time for you. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Have a really, really lovely day or whatever is left of whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you next time. Bye.